Alright, welcome to my Let's Play of Lamplight City. This game caught my attention, because lovely Twitter, no less, where the creator of it was like, my game's on sale. In my game, you can play as a detective. You solve murders, you solve mysteries. This is just not is point by, like letter by letter, word by word. This is just Paul's interpretation. And you get to punch a cop, and I'm like, my decisions make matters. My choices have consequences. I can be the worst cop ever. Let's do this. So yeah, we're gonna play this game. So this is in the same universe as Rosewater, which I'll link in the video to go check out the Rosewater demo that I played last week, something like that. So yeah, same universe. Play this first though, because it looks like things get tied in from this game to Rosewater. Also, I heard my dog in the background. I have no control over her. So if she wants to make noise, I will try my best to edit it out. Just a heads up, okay? But yeah, with all said and done, let's get this going. Let's be the worst cop ever. Like no one ever was. Let's disappoint Tex Murphy and the great PI in the sky. And let's be the worst officer or detective ever. Rough night. Wake up, sunshine. Bill, wake up! The carriage is on fire. Oh, we gotta do the bottom one.
Bill, wake up! The carriage is on fire!
That's only funny when I do it to you.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Bit too much Bollingworth ale is all. That stuff really creeps up on you.
Sorry I couldn't join you, but I was long overdue for a quiet night in with Addie.
That's fine. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Hell, maybe Adelaide can even join us. It's been ages since she last drank me under the table.
Afraid she mostly sticks to tea these days.
Miles, what exactly is it we're looking into? I may have dozed off during the briefing.
You slept through the briefings. Captain Snelling is going to notice one of these days. Let's do the bottom one.
Honestly, Bill, one of these days Snelling's gonna notice.
No, he won't. Why do you think they put him behind a desk? The man couldn't find his own backside with a pair of pliers and a lantern.
Very funny. Anyway, it's a burglary at the Hambrook Flower Shop.
A burglary, eh? How dull. At least we'll have enough time to get a drink afterwards.
You seem awfully certain of that.
I am. In fact, I'd bet the devil my head that we're done within the hour.
Well, the devil's gonna be disappointed that his winnings are so meager. Ah, we've arrived. After you, Bill. Thank you. Keep the change.
And so, our night of excitement begins.
You more than anyone else should know that there's rarely a dull night in Chumley.
I have a feeling tonight will be the exception. Until we get to the pub, that is.
Keep your mind on the case, Bill. Now let's get a move on.
Oh, okay, sorry. Left click to interact with objects. The mouse cursor is context sensitive. Sorry, I'm distracted by this guy. This lovely gentleman here. Look at him go. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He's so distracting. Oh my goodness, stop being distracting. I can click on him. We have a bunch of things to look at, so I guess we'll start with...
Were you actually going to do anything for them?
No. Change of plans. We're gonna lock eyes, stare awkwardly into his, look into his soul, ask you guys, how you guys doing? What'd you think of the Rosewater demo? Shameless plug. Let me know in the comments.
I thought we were here to investigate a burglary, not stand around taking in the ambience.
Yes. Go wishlist Rosewater while you're at it. Did you know? It's the same person that created the Ben Jordan series way back in the day. He also created this game too. And it looks like there's rotoscoping in this one. We're just gonna keep staring at him. Awkwardly.
Miles, did you fall asleep standing up again?
Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. We're not gonna play this game. We're just gonna stare and lock eyes and never leave. Yep, staring contest. Legendary status. We're...
At this rate, we'll never make it to the Angel in time.
This is great. So wait, if we stay like this, do we actually, like, fail? Oh, I must know. Oh, I hear horses. But since we're waiting, I think I've already asked how everyone is, but I'll ask again, how's everybody?
Were you actually going to do anything for them?
Did we make a loop? I don't know. I'm enjoying this. This is so much fun. I'm weird. I think a lot of people know that I'm weird, but weird is good. I mean, I'm a little oddish while streaming on Twitch too with shameless plug. You should totally check me out on Twitch. Haha, shameless plug. I think we're in a loop though.
I thought we were here to investigate a burglary, not stand around taking in the ambience.
Okay, so yes, it does loop back. Oh, that's such a shame. I was looking forward to this. I wish there was more dialogue. Okay. We'll wait a little bit longer. I'm enjoying this too much. Also, it kind of looks like he did rotoscoping as well for the animations. I think so.
Miles, did you fall asleep standing up again?
Okay, it does loop. I don't want to be like 100% confident, but I'm pretty confident he did some rotoscoping again. Anywho, let's look around. Let's be active. We're done looking at our partner's eyes awkwardly.
I can't believe that thing made it all the way across the Atlantic in less than a week.
Don't scoff at the future, Miles. Pretty soon, we'll all be riding those things to work.
Especially considering Prince Harold is their big celebrity passenger.
I think that thing is going to take forever to get to work. Okay, so left click. Is there kind of like a hot sparrow where I click left and right? Oh. Oh, hello. Hello. Well, this is new. Current case. Honor among thieves. The Handbrook flower shop has been burglarized. Will the burglar return, or is this investigation just a formality? Speak to the owner. Oh, okay, this is my to-do list. To-do list. Clues. Suspects. Documents. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so let's look at that raving man. Oh, homeless family. Oh.
An all too common sight in this part of town.
Sad to say, it hasn't really changed much since I was a boy.
Okay, let's talk to this man.
He's just pacing back and forth, muttering to himself.
Probably one of the patients from Riverview. Seems like there's more of them on the streets than in the asylum these days.
Okay, I guess, yeah, lamp.
Glad this thing is lit. This isn't really the type of place I'd prefer to be at this time of night.
Don't worry, Miles. I've got your back.
Okay, I don't think there's any... Oh, homeless person again.
Poor fellow. Looks like the streets are his bed tonight.
Better than jail, I suppose.
He'd at least get fed in jail.
True enough.
What else? We've already looked at the balloon window, trash can. We'll look at the trash can in a second.
Fordham, what are you doing?
I was gonna check inside this trash can for clues.
Miles, in the 15 years we've been partners, how many times have you found something inside a trash can that wasn't garbage?
Fair point.
No, we must investigate the trash can. We must find a item that's useful in an RPG. Let's go.
No point wasting time searching through a dirty old trash can.
You finally learned. I'm so proud.
Fine. Is there more dialogue, or is it just two and go?
No point wasting.
You find
To and go. Okay, so is there more dialogue with all this stuff?
I can't believe that thing made it all.
don't scout.
Especially.
No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. We'll look at the window.
Looks like they've had some trouble with vandalism.
Pretty much every business in this part of town has.
Looks like they've.
Pretty much.
Certainly looks cozy in there.
Plants have a nice way of doing that.
Indeed, they do.
That reminds me. I should pick up a bouquet for Addie when we're done here.
Seems like you've been spending more time with me than with her lately. I sure hope she's not the jealous type.
I guess we'll talk to him.
Bill, could I have a word?
What's on your mind, Fordham?
Oh! Oh, very Gabriel Knight-esque. I have not seen this since, well, Gabriel Knight. Oh, this is nice. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. From the top.
A burglary at a flower shop. Not the most thrilling case we've had, is it?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say Snelling's been giving us the boring cases lately on purpose.
Why would he do something like that?
He's eyeing a promotion to chief of police. He'd sell his own mother's cane if he thought it would help. Plus, there's no secret he doesn't like us.
I can't understand why. I've shown him nothing but respect.
It's because you're too good at what you do. And because you're friends with me.
What's that got to do with anything?
Not everyone is as open-minded as you, Miles. Let's just leave it at that.
You ever miss living out here, Bill?
About as much as you missed stepping in that pile of horseshit last week.
I was distracted by that story you were telling me about your sister. How's she doing out west, anyway?
Well, she's not in the chum, so fantastic. Living here was about as fun as wearing a vest made of meat to a dogfight. I'm glad we both managed to get out. Oh, and by the way, Miles, you didn't do such a great job of cleaning your shoes.
That would explain all the funny looks I've been getting.
Interesting. Sorry, he mentioned a sister moving out west. I'm just kind of like, oh, who? Did they move to Rosewater by any chance? I must know.
Still feeling rough, Bill?
Yes, but I'll feel better once this case is finished and we can go down to the Angel for a pint or four.
Hair of the dog?
No better medicine.
When's the last time you took any time off?
That's a good question. What year is this again?
I think we've both been working a bit too much lately. Addie's been wanting to go visit her mother in Dixie. Maybe we can all go.
That sounds nice, but I wouldn't want to be a third wheel on a visit to your in-laws. Unless... would Adelaide's brother be there by any chance?
You're incorrigible, Bill.
It's one of my finer qualities.
Got any opinions on the upcoming election?
I'll just be glad when it's all over. Seems like the last few months have been nothing but people giving opinions and telling me what to do without a moment's peace.
I know what you mean. I already saw some kids putting up Atwood posters down my street.
I already drew mustaches in all the ones on my street.
Handlebar?
You know me too well.
I always thought of Atwood as more of a Van Dyke type of man myself.
I can see that. Yeah. Well, there's something to do tomorrow.
You enjoying this weather? It's a nice evening for it, not too hot. I find a bit of fresh air always helps clear out the mental cobwebs.
It's just too bad the air in the chum is about as fresh as a week-old corpse. At any rate, it'll be winter before you know it. The whole city will be shut down, and we'll be digging bodies out from under the snowbanks.
Always something to look forward to. The ferry ride over was surprisingly uneventful, don't you think?
I know. It doesn't really feel like a visit to the chum without seeing at least one fist fight. Oh well, there's always the ride back.
Let's get back to it.
All right.
Okay. I like that. That was a very nice nod to, like, Gabriel Knight. So I guess we'll enter and we'll start the investigation.
Come on, Bill.
Charming little place, isn't it?
Charming, but empty. We need to find the owner.
Always so to the point, Fordham. If ever there was a better time to stop and smell the flowers.
I think I'll leave that to you, Bill.
With my allergies? Hardly.
I really like the not watercolor part, and the soft paint. Words are great. Just the softness of the backgrounds. I am really digging that. Okay, I guess as usual, let's explore every nook and cranny and go from there.
Lost in thought again, eh, Fordham?
Or we could just wait. there may be a lot of waiting in this game. Creator of game, why'd you have to add dialogue for idling? Because it's amazing. And, I mean, I need to know what he's gonna say if I wait too long.
Does the smell of flowers put you in a trance or something?
Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever! Why don't more point-and-click adventure games have idle animation dialogue? This is amazing! What else he's gonna say? What else are you gonna say? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not actually. But I'm
Miles, are you okay?
This is the greatest thing ever. Game of the year. Fantastic. Love this. I don't want to solve the mystery. I don't want to be a bad cop. I just want to be a cop that sits there in idle animation and hear all the little quips. That's my goal.
Sometimes I wonder why I'm not the lead detective on these cases.
Because you're terrible at idling, maybe? Oh, this is amazing, guys. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Anything else? Anything? Huh?
Lost in thought again, eh, Fordham?
We're just repeating. Okay, now let's explore. Alright.
Plants hanging on hooks. Nice space-saving method.
I'd probably bang my head against them constantly if I had them in my apartment.
You know, I keep trying to plant strawberries. Every time I plant strawberries, they don't survive. And I've been tempted, because we have hanging baskets, to do strawberries in the hanging basket. Good chance they won't survive. I don't know why strawberries are, like, not growing where I live. I keep trying. They don't stay around. It breaks my heart. I'll try again this year.
Does the smell of flowers put you in a trance or something?
Shut up. I'm actually talking to my viewers. Let's continue.
These prices are pretty reasonable. The place I go in Worcester's clearly robbing me blind.
If you think those are bad, don't go near the flower shops in Lyon.
This is quite the selection. Come over here and take a whiff, Bill.
Sure, if you don't mind me getting snot all over your coat.
Oh, no, not the Myers case all over again. On second thought, you can just stay over there.
So do we get a second?
This is quite the selection.
No, can't.
Oh, on second. This is quite the
Sure.
Oh, on second.
Center display. Half price? Holy pickles.
Not too many left. Seems business isn't so bad around here.
Well, you know what they say. There are only 3 certainties in life. Death, taxes, and people taking advantage of sales.
True that. Shelf. Let's go.
Mostly a bunch of fertilizer and growth tonics.
Growth tonics, eh?
Plant growth tonics, Bill.
Of course. I knew that.
Okay. Doorway?
The staircase isn't very well lit.
I'll go first. That way you can catch me if I fall.
We should probably ask for permission before heading up there.
Okay, I want to talk to you first, see if there's any new dialogue, and then we'll ring the bell. So, hiya.
We've talked enough for now, Miles. Let me know when you've discovered something new.
I did! Flowers! A lot of them. Let's start a conversation. I guess not. Okay, the bell.
Be right there. Oh, hello, gentlemen. I must say you caught me by surprise. I was preparing to close soon. May I help you find anything? The flowers in the center display are half price this week, and I have a special on chrysanthemums today. Or perhaps a custom bouquet for the special ladies in your lives?
I have no need myself, but maybe Adelaide would appreciate a little something. Eh, Miles? Those peonies in the corner look nice.
I'm afraid we're not here as customers tonight, ma'am. We'd like to have a word with the proprietor. Is he in?
I see. I'm Cecilia Handbook, and this is my shop. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm Detective Miles Fordham, and this is my partner, William Legere. We received a report of a burglary at your store.
A report? From whom? I never contacted the police before, and I didn't this time, either.
It was made anonymously, but are you saying this isn't the first time it's happened?
Correct. It's happened 3 times. But considering the police hardly care about the daily muggings and vandalisms around here, I didn't think they would be interested in something so trivial.
Well, we're here now, and we'll do all we can to help you.
We'll have to see about that.
If you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Handbrook, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Very well, Detective.
Ooh, nice. Once again, very Gabriel Knight-esque from the top.
Could you give me the details concerning the burglaries?
About 3 weeks ago on Monday, I noticed that my order of Easter lilies was missing. At first, I thought nothing of it. Sometimes certain types of flowers are unavailable or arrive in poor condition. These things happen. Then 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, it happened again. But this time, I noticed something rather odd.
Go on.
When I opened the shop, there were 6 crowns and 10 shillings on the counter. That's exactly the cost of 2 orders of lilies. Last Friday, it happened yet again. The lilies were missing, and there was payment for 1 order on the counter. I believe that someone has been breaking into my shop after hours, taking the lilies, and leaving money behind.
How unusual. Have you noticed any suspicious characters lurking around?
Detective Fordham, this is Chumley. You can't throw a stone without hitting a suspicious character. And if you've noticed my window, you'd be aware that stones get thrown around quite a bit in this neighborhood. If you're looking for trouble, you're far more likely to find it out there than in here.
I meant if you'd seen anyone out of the ordinary near your shop.
Only the 2 men from the police who entered it tonight. That is most definitely out of the ordinary.
Have you found any evidence of a break-in?
No, the front door is always locked. My assistant Trevor and I are the only ones with the key.
Are there any other points of access to the building?
The upstairs windows, I suppose, but I make sure to keep them locked, and neither of them have been broken.
Would you allow us to have a look upstairs?
Is that really necessary? I was just about to close up the shop.
It won't take but a moment.
Fine, I suppose you may, but please, don't dally too long.
So this burglar has been paying for the stolen goods?
That would appear to be the case, yes. I really don't think this could even be considered a crime. That's one of the reasons I didn't bother reporting it to the police.
And the other reasons?
Oh, I think I've already made those quite clear, Detective.
You mentioned your assistant has the other shop key. What can you tell me about him?
His name is Trevor Hastings, and he has been working for me for the past 10 years.
Do you trust him?
Implicitly. I've known him for ages, and he has been my full-time assistant since shortly after my husband died. You're not suggesting he had anything to do with this, are you?
Not at all. I would like to speak with him, though. Where might I find him?
It's Friday, so he should be on his way back from the docks right now. He'll be bringing my flower order within the hour.
Good. We'll meet him here, then. If that's all right with you.
I suppose I don't really have much of a choice, do I?
Have you been in business long?
Yes, I opened this shop 30 years ago, along with my late husband, David. But the past 10 years, I've been running things on my own.
Don't you feel unsafe being here by yourself so late into the night?
Detective, when you've lived in this part of town as long as I have, it takes quite a lot to scare you.
I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
Interesting. So, like, it's not really, like, it's, I guess, a case in regards to, like, someone's coming in, like breaking and entering, but, like, yeah, they're not really doing any damage. Interesting. Can we talk to you now? We can. Okay. Let's discuss things.
Got a minute, Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
From the top.
I've heard of honor among thieves, but have you ever known a thief to pay for stolen goods?
Perhaps conducting normal business is just too boring for him. Do you think he might be doing it for the thrill?
There could be any number of reasons. The best way to find out is to catch the culprit and ask him ourselves. What's your impression of dear old Mrs. Handbrook?
I like her. Good old-fashioned, tough-as-nails Chumley woman. Reminds me of my mother.
Your mother was never quite so stubborn. Why do you suppose she's so reluctant to accept our help?
It's a chum thing, Miles. You wouldn't understand.
Let's get back to it.
All right.
Alright, so I guess we'll go upstairs. Take our time. By time, I mean like 2 hours. And then...
Interesting choice of decor in here.
Perhaps it wasn't always used as a storeroom, although I can understand why it would have been converted.
Yeah, it is rather drafty in here.
Like I say, we'll spend like 20 hours in here. Crates, shelf. We do have a bunch of things to look at, of course, so I guess from the top.
Pastoral landscape. Definitely nowhere near here.
I've never much understood art, but it would be nice to see a place like that in person.
The window. Oh, fire escape.
This provides a means of escape from the top floor, or access to this window from the ground. The window latch, securely locked.
Although there's a gap.
Interesting. There's a gap between the window and the frame here. No wonder it's so drafty in this room. I wonder.
What are you thinking, Fordham?
That it's time for an experiment. I'm going to need a tool, however. Something long and thin should do the trick.
Shouldn't be too hard to find something like that around here.
Yeah, I kind of figured. The gap is allowing the... That's how they get in, is through the gap. With said tool. I'm assuming some sort of like... metal rod. Clothes hanger kind of thing. A stick. Portraits.
A young lady. Perhaps a relation of Mrs. Hanbrook?
I can see the resemblance. Sort of.
Did we look at this? We did not.
I would imagine that keeping a consistent temperature in here is important for the flowers.
When do you suppose this contraption was last serviced?
Hard to say. Definitely not recently, if the dust buildup is any indication.
They should really dust their heater. Device.
I've seen this type of device before. It's a special container for growing plants. Specific temperature and water conditions can be adjusted. Seems to be empty right now, though. And judging by the dust, it hasn't been used in a long time, if ever.
It seems Mrs. Hanbrook isn't too fond of steam tech, or just doesn't understand it.
Interesting. I wonder if the person coming in uses it. It's a what if.
Seems to be the broken pot storage area.
Why not just throw them away, I wonder?
It's likely they're going to be repaired. I noticed some faint cracks in some of the pots downstairs. Fascinating device, although it has nothing to do with the burglaries.
I guess the crates and the large window, and I think that's it.
I don't think this window would serve as a viable means of entry.
It's a nice view, though. You can hardly see the vomit and manure piles on the street from up here.
Unmarked, but if the smell is anything to go by, this is where the flowers are stored when delivered.
I'll keep my distance then.
So can we open the crates?
Unmarked.
I'll keep my...
No, we can't. Okay, so we need to find something to crack that open. Let's talk to Bill here.
Bill?
What's going on, Miles?
Okay, that one.
The gap in the window upstairs is intriguing.
Do you think it might be the point of entry?
Indeed. I just need to find something long and thin to confirm my theory.
I think you were born with something like that, Miles.
You're disgusting, Bill.
I know. That's why I always do the dirty work.
Let's get back to it.
All right.
That's just great. All right, I guess maybe outside. Hotspot icons would change when new interactions are available. Ooh. Oh, the hanging plants. Ah, yes, there we go. You know, I would have thought of it if we didn't get the hint. Anywho.
Aha! This hook is exactly what I need. Mrs. Hanbrook, may I borrow this hook for a few minutes? It's crucial to our investigation.
Is that so?
Yes, I promise I'll put it back as soon as I'm done.
Please do, Detective.
Okay. Let's go back upstairs. I like the fact that There's a lot of lighting with the characters, like it's normal once you enter the light. You know, there's a difference in the coloration between the light and dark. That's a neat little oh my goodness. What's the word I'm going for? You think with reading to my child on a nightly basis, my vocab would get so much better. Apparently not. I guess lack of sleep is still affecting me. Attention to detail. There we go. Alright, how do I access my inventory? Inventory? Where are you?
Good. Bill, it's time for our experiment.
And what is this experiment going to be exactly?
Simple. I'm going to see if this hook can get me inside the shop. Rather dark out here.
Watch your step, then. This experiment of yours isn't worth a broken neck.
I'll be fine. Now then, could you please close and lock the window, Bill?
Oh, am I supposed to do it? Oh, I am. Oh, I'm supposed to do it. Oh. 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 Can I wiggle it? Wah. Wah. Do. I'm the best cop ever. Do. Oh, I see. Do. Ah.
Well, I'd say this is fairly incontrovertible proof that the building can easily be broken into without arousing suspicion.
Where'd you learn how to do that, anyway?
You taught me, remember?
Nah. Are you sure it was me?
Positive. We were a few pints in at the Angel about 5 years ago, and you decided I should learn how to pick locks.
What else have I taught you how to do while drunk?
That would be telling.
Oh. So can I talk to you now?
We've talked enough for now, Ma.
Okay, fine. We'll go talk to the shop owner. Oh.
Ah, Trevor.
Evening, Cecilia. I've got the order ready to bring in.
Trevor, these are Detectives Fordham and Leger. They say there's been a report about the burglaries, and they're here investigating.
I only did it because I think it's been going on too long. As much as you want to, we can't handle this ourselves.
We can discuss the matter later. In the meantime, the detective would like a word with you.
I'll be needing to bring in the flowers first, if that's all right. Otherwise, some hooligan's likely to run off with them.
My partner will keep an eye on your flowers. Bill, would you mind?
Ah, the glamour of police work.
Now, Mr. Hastings, if I could ask you a few questions?
Go on, then.
Oh, wait for it, guys. Wait for it. From the top.
What can you tell me about the recent burglaries?
I wish Cecilia had contacted you lots sooner. She's a damn fine woman. But sometimes I think she'd rather jump in a rose bush than ask for help. Had to take matters into my own hands. This needs taken care of, and we can't do it on our own, as much as Cecilia would like to. Anyhow, alls I know is someone's been making off with some flowers and leaving money behind. No idea who it could be, how they're getting in, or why they even bother paying. In my day, if you robbed a place, you did it the right way. It's a sad state of affairs when even burglars don't do their jobs correctly.
Do you have much experience with burglary, Mr. Hastings?
Now, I never said that, Detective.
Have you noticed anyone or anything suspicious around here recently?
Nothing but the usual roughnecks, ragamuffins, and drunkards. Like I said, it's a real mystery.
Well, we have 3 options. 2 options. Maybe 3. Ghost. Werewolf. Or vampires. Maybe. Or any other spooky creature that goes bump in the night and only the night. Shameless plug. Post in the comments. What do you think? Haha, sorry. Anywho, deliveries.
Could you walk me through the process of your deliveries?
Of course, there's no great science to it. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons, Cecilia gives me her list of flowers to pick up from the wholesalers. I head over to Gascon around sunset when they get their shipment, and I give them her order. They load up the crate, I pay for it, and then I lug it back here.
How long does that take?
Between moving the crate and getting it across the river on the ferry, a couple of hours. Usually the store's closed by then, so I use my key to get in and leave the crate inside for Cecilia to open in the morning. That's all there is to it. Told you it wasn't very complicated.
Do you ever leave the crate unattended during that time?
No, sir. Never more than a minute. I may be old, but I got good eyes. I'd see if there were anything amiss. Besides that, I check to make sure the crate is still sealed when I drop it off. I'm not about to let Cecilia down by being careless.
I wonder if someone's getting into the building through the crate. I doubt it, but it's just something that popped in my mind. I guess we'll ask about himself.
How long have you been working for Mrs. Hanbrook?
Been about 10 years now, I reckon. I used to help with deliveries now and then when it was her and David, her husband. But after he passed, she offered to make me her assistant. Unfortunate way to get it, but I needed the work. Used to be I had a job at one of the airship yards, but they let me go after I was injured by one of those newfangled steam machines. So the offer came at a good time. Besides that, Cecilia needed looking after, even though she'd never admit it. If I'm being honest, we're both getting a bit long in the tooth. Not sure how much longer we'll be keeping this up, but as long as I'm upright and breathing, I'll be bringing these crates along, even if it is murder on my back.
I admire your work ethic.
I've got a job to do. Not enough people these days seem to respect that.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Hastings. I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it, Detective. If you don't mind, Detective, I still need to check the crate before I bring it in.
Of course. Thank you again for your help.
Learn anything?
Possibly. I may have an idea.
Ah, you're being cryptic. That's always a good sign. But if you've got a plan, let's talk about it.
Okay, so I guess we'll talk about it. Bam.
Got a minute, Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
All right. From the top.
Any thoughts on Mrs. Hanbrook's assistant, Trevor?
Yes, I feel sorry for him.
Why? He seems to enjoy his work.
Nah, it's not that. He's obviously smitten with Mrs. Hanbrook, but she won't give him the time of day.
What? You only saw him for a few moments. How in the ether did you get that impression?
The way he looked at her, the way he spoke when he confessed to contacting the police. Shall I go on?
No, that's fine. I see what you mean.
Really, Miles? You'd be surprised what you can learn from people if you just look at them.
Why bother doing that when I've got you to do it for me?
His voice sounds really familiar. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I've heard like similarity to other voice actors, but his sounds familiar. Let's continue.
Right. Based on what we've been told in our experiment, I can only conclude that our burglar is using the upstairs window to get into the shop.
So what do you propose we do about it?
It's happened repeatedly over the past 3 weeks, on one of the delivery nights. Since it has yet to occur this week, and today is Friday, logic dictates it should be tonight.
So we settle in and wait to see if the burglar returns? Catch him in the act?
Exactly. It's our best chance of solving this before the trail goes cold.
I was really looking forward to getting that drink at the Angel tonight, too.
I know, but it's as you said yourself. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Besides, forbearance is good for the soul.
Spoken like someone who truly has no idea how to have any fun.
I'm sure I'll get the hang of it one of these days, especially with your expert tutelage.
Okay, let's go have a chat with Mrs. Hanbrook. I'm sure she'll be delighted to know we're spending the night. Damn, I forgot to bring my deck of cards again.
At least it's quiet up here. I'm surprised we didn't go deaf after the last time we did this.
What?
I said... Oh, right. Your sense of humor remains on point.
Miles, have you ever considered leaving all this behind?
What, you mean quitting the force?
The force, the city, going off and seeing what else is out there, you know?
I'd miss it too much. Wouldn't you?
I was thinking I might visit Harley out west. She makes it sound like a dream in her letters. Wide open spaces, fresh air. I know I'm a city boy and would probably miss New Britannia's filth and squalor after a week, but...
You should do it. A change of scenery never hurt anyone. Plus, it's much easier for you than it is for me. I've got a family to consider, after all.
Ah, right.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that, Bill. It's just... Shh.
I think I heard something. Oh, no.
Bill? Stop! Police!
Damn it! He's gone up the fire escape. We can corner him on the roof. Stay close and keep me covered.
Bill!
Stay back, officer. Got a knife. Ready your pistol for him.
But you're too close!
I trust you, Miles. Your pistol, now! There's really no need for this, officer. I respect your desire to uphold justice. Mine is more important. If you let me go, I won't come back. And we can all forget this ever happened. Don't listen to this lunatic, Miles. Take your shot before things get worse.
Reason for the burglar, take a shot. Oh, take a shot. Do it. Do.
No! Bill! Oh, God! I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry.
Miles, wake up! Your house is on fire!
Huh? What?
You see, I told you it was funnier when I did it to you.
Yes. Hilarious.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Overdid it on the soporific. Why do I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
Alright. Bottom one.
It's no personal slight. I just need some quiet time, or I'll go insane.
I get it. We all need our space. I know it's not easy, but there's really no need.
Not easy. Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become? You at least still have yours.
Interesting. So why can't you just leave me alone? I feel like you're making me go insane. Do the top one.
If you're just as miserable, why don't you just go away and leave me in peace?
Believe me, I wish I knew how. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me. So you can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
Interesting. Find the burglar from the flower shop. This life isn't all so bad. Top one.
Right. For the 1000th time, you want me to find the burglar from the flower shop.
Yes, exactly.
I still don't get how that's going to help.
I can understand your confusion, considering it was you who killed me. But the point remains. You wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him. Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
Revenge, justice, a decent night's sleep. Third one.
A decent night's sleep?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's gonna start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe, she'll stop wondering.
Very funny.
Interesting. So I'm guessing regardless if I talked to the guy or not, he would end up dead. I'm so curious how that would have played out, the previous option. But I'm going to go with the choices I make. We're going to stick with them, all that fun stuff. I'm really interested how this goes now, because, like, yeah, I was not expecting the whole partner dying and being stuck with us, you know, as a ghost, a spooky ghost. But I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I'm ending the episode here. Shameless plug time. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other Let's Plays as well. Like I said, I played the Rosewater demo before playing this. So, you know, there may have been like Rosewater showed a newspaper clipping. There may have been tie-ins to this game. Don't know. Didn't read that clipping. But, anywho, I also play other point-and-click adventure games and some with FMV goodness in them. Also, once in a while, or I try my best to, I do stream on Twitch, basically when husband's around, to take care of the potato, aka the child, while I can stream for a couple hours. I do want to try streaming at night. I keep saying this in every episode. I just gotta figure out, you know, the potato's sleep schedule and, you know, make sure it's consistent. It's been a little rocky. Anywho, enough of me rambling. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Have a good morning, a good evening, and good night. Words are fantastic, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.